Everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story episode 8 with me, Sid, and once again, as always, thank you for all the comments that I'm getting for this series. It is really helpful. It's a completely new game, so even though it's based off of a game that I'm very familiar with, it's not the said game. Now, it's been pointed out to me that I need to make some raw storage vessels, because they preserve the life of my food. They also have a significant amount of what's the word I'm looking for? Let's get that shift and place and make another one. A significant amount of storage. So that is what I am on with at the moment. Just getting a couple of, because I've got the fire pit is empty anyway. I've got plenty of firewood. So just get these done, and that should be, can I? Yeah, I can get away with a copy on that. Doop, doop, doop. This is a big old construct. I love this 3D aspect though. Oops. Right, then we go around here, and then there's a whole load of copying, and then a few more layers, and then a whole load more copying, and yeah, you get this. But it is oddly oddly satisfying. Copy. Goes through a fair amount of clay for this one, but this is a big old structure, so it actually does remind me when I did ceramics at college, when you would do the coil and then you smooth it all out, and there's an element of accuracy here which is quite scary. Yeah, anyway, right, here we go. Back to that. And let's get this in. So last episode we got a farm area done, and there was a suggestion that what I should have done is gone with the old 2D pit around a farm area to capture animals like rabbits and the likes. Because apparently they will get caught, and that is a good source of food. So we're going to see whether we can't come up with, it won't be out on the main farm, but there's nothing to say we can't make a fake farm capturing system. What would be good with this is actually some kind of snare mechanism. Get this done, and I think that will be it. Yeah, uses a lot of clay though. Okay, there we go. In you go. And pick it up. Right, let's go. Oh, what do I need? I'll come back for what I need. Food wise, I am more or less out of anything particularly edible. This is still at 4 or 5. I don't know whether this is going to grow anymore. And there was a couple of turnips over this way. Actually, I can see some. Is that rye or something over there as well? Don't know whether those are ripe. But got to keep my eyes open for this food, because I think winter's on its way, and it is not going to be friendly. What are you? 7 of 9. 9 of 9. We'll go for that. That will give me a bit of something to play with. Did not get much out of it though. I'm sure when I go, here we go. This is a, can I get, oh well, no, oh well, doesn't matter. And I didn't get anything from that. Okay, right. So yeah, it occurs to me that if we can get a simple little 2x2 farm area that we can get to, and the rabbits go into a pit, that might be sufficient to get something out of them. I'm just having a look, see if there's any more crops floating around that I've missed, because I've got a sneaking suspicion there were a few. Just can't remember where. Anyway, this is not getting these pots fired, so let's get these pots in a kiln and in a pit kiln and underway, and that will at least be one job done and dusted for the day. The other one we need to do is we need to find a whole load more copper, because we need a lot. We need 900 units of it, 9 ingots worth. And that's going to be quite a severe amount of stuff. Now I need, let me get this right, I need sticks. Have I got sticks? I've got some sticks, but nowhere near enough sticks. So yeah, and there's again comments about the sticks and how to find and the best way of finding sticks and getting more sticks and all the good stuff. So that was handy. Let me see if I can't find my flax. Put you away. Got anything else in here? I've got a couple of seeds which I could do with finding a temporary home for. There we go. No, don't know why I'm carrying that around either. That makes no sense. Alright, let's oh, sticks, and I'm going to need firewood. I'll come back for firewood. Sticks, we're going to have to go and attack some sticky leaves, which are of course leaves with sticks in, not the alternative. Right, sticky leaves. Come on, let's go find some sticky leaves. Thought there's something move. You know when you see things out of the corner of your eye moving and you're not sure whether it's a hostile mob or... I know it's not a hostile mob, but that doesn't make it any easier. Right, you. Let's find some sticky leaves. Branchy. Well, that's a branchy. Okay. Well, takes us up to 11. Oh, I really need to look where I'm going. I think I need about 16. So I'll get this done. We'll get these things underway and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, with that done, it's just a matter of getting these lit. And then leave them for a while. Now apparently you can put peat and charcoal in these as well, and it will alter the speed and time, but there's no desperate rush on that. What there is a desperate rush on is coming up with a way of... I think we can do this. Let's go in here, grab medium fertile soil. I want that seed. That seed. Have I got any more medium fertile soil? I have. We'll take some low facility soil as well, and we'll pop those back on there. Plenty of firewood in for winter. I've got no idea what the snow or anything like this is. I mean, you know, if you actually start looking at medium, so I only need to worry about that there and there being medium, and then what I need to do is go low and low, and then I think I haven't got a shovel, so I mean, and I could make a shovel, there's no excuse for not having a shovel, but I just want to try and see whether this will work as some kind of pit trap for bunnies and the likes, and if it does, so much the better. We've got its own little water source in the middle, but it might just get me a little bit of protein to keep us going. So let's do that. Now it only needs to be 2 deep. Is that gravel? Okay, cool. Oh, but it's muddy gravel. I can't use muddy gravel, can I? I was just sat there thinking for a second, oh, that's that stuff I can sift. But no, it's not. You can't sift muddy gravel. You can only sift gravel. So, yeah. I don't know whether that makes sense, but it doesn't really matter. We can get in here. I'm going to have to go and eat something before so long because my food is getting bad. Right, I need my hoe. I also need to go and grab some berries from these ones are empty. Let's go with these. Get them munched. I've got no idea how winter's going to go. I really don't. But we will find out. That should see us through for the rest of the day, I hope. Right. Seeds. I need 8. And I don't know whether I've got enough in the area for 8. These, I've got a sneaky suspicion these are not going to grow. Or they might. And give me a little bit of food, which, you know, is, well, at least gives me something to be at. Let me, I think they're just 4 of 9. It's unlikely to do anything. 4 of 9. That didn't give me a seed, so I've got 4 seeds. I actually need to get rid of some junk as well. I'm a little bit snided out here. Let me just get rid of that muddy gravel. That's probably a good thing as any. Right, let me just sort myself out, get my inventory sorted a little, and I shall be right back with you. Right, well, it's another night time. It's got to be said the skybox in this game is gorgeous. It's got a lovely feel to it. Yeah, shame we don't really see skies like that around where I am. Light pollution in the UK is such that, you know, you're lucky if you see 1 or 2 stars, to be honest. But there you go. Such is life. Well, we'll have a sleep. We'll go on to the next day. I don't think those things, but we have now got 8 crops in the middle of that little pit trap. We may or may not get bunnies. I don't know how regular that is, but everything's growing. Everything's doing its thing, but we really need to see about not playing with that. I went out foraging a little bit, and these rusty gears are actually the currency that the trader deals in. I've got 3. So that was a thing. That was kind of a surprise. I'm just going to see if I've got anything anywhere to pop those away, because I don't really need to be carrying them with me. I don't really need to be carrying the hoe with me, but I don't think... Will you go in there? Okay, you will. Okay, excellent. So, another day. Didn't hear any demon sloths, or death sloths. Take your choice on the name. Doesn't really matter, because neither of those is what they're actually called. So in theory, this should be able to function as a trap. That's got, and it's also food. I mean, you know, it's a win-win, isn't it? It's a food farm that will also trap me more food, in theory. This side over here, parsnips are at 4 of 8. These are at 5 and 6 of 7. They're doing all right. These are these are actually grown, so we could go with those, but they are only 50% of yield. Put some more flax in. Got some spelt. You know, it's all good, all steady. But we need to go and find some more copper. Now we know there's a couple of deposits down here. We know there's a deposit here. That one we couldn't find, and we know there's a deposit on the other side of the hills there. So my first thought is go and try that one down there. We desperately need a lot of copper, and to even have a chance of getting to that anvil stage. Well, not have a chance, obviously. Once we've got the copper, we will get to the anvil stage. That much is a certainty. But we'll have a wander through the woods, see if anything else has sprouted while we're walking this way. Hopefully, you know, no like wolves are sprouted, but I suppose I should keep myself ready for anything. And oh, sticks, I will have those. Always never say no to a nice stick or two. Yeah, and the idea here is going to be simple. That is just a quartz. Oh, hello. I did not know this was here. Alright, map. Zoom in on me. Create a new waypoint. Clay, we'll have it in. I'll put it in white actually, because grey really doesn't work very well, and we'll just go with that and save. That is really useful to know. I did not know that was there. Bit of resin over there. Mushrooms. Now I'm fairly certain you can cook those Foraging, but you can't eat them. Raw, because you know they're well, they're Foraging. I know we need that for stuff. I can't remember what it was, and I know, but I have seen recipes mentioning using resin. So, but can we? No, not with that. We can't. Let me just grab a knife and remember not to eat these like raw though. That's the key. Yeah. Oh wow, there's quite a few. That's handy. It's not what I came out with, admittedly. I'm getting distracted, but you really shouldn't be surprised at that. You know, oh, and brown mushrooms as well. We're mushrooming. Now, I'm fairly certain you can eat those ones as they are, but I'm not going to. We'll see if we can't cook with them. Make a mushroom stew or something. That would be a nice change of pace. All right, let's have a little poke a bit further in. Goats. Oh God, they stop my heart every time I see you. Just see an animal there, and you're like, oh, it's a goat. You're all right. It's a goat. That's just flinting claystone. Nothing to be excited about. That mushroom, yeah, we might as well go and grab those while we're here then. I'm sure there'll be a use for them. There is. There's all. Piggy. Man, Mr. Pig, you're having around for these truffles, aren't you? I don't want to fight a piggy quite at this moment in time, you know what I mean? I'll keep the wildlife alive until I'm really desperate. You know, because it keeps fresh when it's walking around. Let's see if we... I'm sure I saw another set of... oh, I suppose we ought to eat these ones that are going rancid then while we're here. Oh, hello. Maybe not all of them though. Let's get that. Anything else of interest in the area, or am I coming down to the point where I spotted... I don't even know whether I left any copper nodules around the place, which would have probably been a really good idea. But let's have a dig down, see what we can find. What I'm finding is the easiest way of doing this is to just, or at least the easiest way that I think of to do this, is to just find a point, dig a poke hole down until we get down to the ground. That patch we found was actually fairly big and very close to the surface. Now I don't know whether that's the norm for this or not, and this is not working. Alright, change of plan. I am going to grab you and you and you and you, because you know, waste not, want not. And we're going to head back, and we are going to try explore out towards the north over the hills there, and see if we can't find any more copper deposits. I prefer to have somewhere where I've got a good vision around me, though, not, you know, being completely dependent on things and stuff. Yeah, good, well done, John. That helps. But first, let me sort my inventory out, and also while we're checking inventory, let's go and check on these. It may be another day before we head out to do this yet, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. We've got a pot. We got another pot. Now, apparently, this will keep the food fresh longer, and I recall reading about harvesting that if you don't harvest things that are ripe, if they get another growth stage, they go backwards. Hup. So I think we definitely need to harvest anything that is ripe. Really? That was not anywhere near. I mean, that one gives me 3. And I know I should also rotate these, so I think we will do this properly on the next harvest. But now we've got something that can keep food fresh. It kind of seems kind of silly not to use it, doesn't it? These are all 6 of 7. They're not ready yet. They're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. Lovely. But that's fine. We have got at least a step in the right direction with 18 turnips, which I can make into meals and all of the good stuff. And nobody's tried anything around my crops down there, which is disappointing, but c'est la vie. Right, I need to sort myself out a wee bit. Let me do that, and I will be back in a moment. All right, we've done a little bit of sorting. I am just about, I think 6 will be enough to set this one off. So that's going to give me 4 servings of hefty turnip bullet stew with fly agric garnish. Sounds lovely. So that will give us what we need before we go. Now I've moved most of the timber out of here. Put the 2 storage jars there. These are obviously off over here. And outside, it's got foggy by the way, which is another reason not to go anywhere. I put my wood pile outside, which seemed to be the obvious place to put it. This is just fog and not anything weird, I think. I hope. And yeah, we're just going to make a little bit of food, make sure we're well fed before we go. Maybe take a portion or 2 with us. I'm going to eat a little bit of these berries just to keep me going for the rest of the day, just keep that bit going, and I think we'll keep... see, I'm not sure whether I need to take my hammer with me. I don't think I really do. The pick we need, sticks we'll need for, and that one. As long as we've got those two things, we can make most of what we need. But yeah, that's good. There is isn't there a crock pot or something actually? Let's just go grab some clay that's supposed to keep, because that's a pot. Let's just have a look. What was the? Could have sworn I saw something along the lines of a raw crock, preserved meals and pickled food. I think I need to make one of these while we're waiting for the fog to vanish. We can certainly use that, and then yeah. So I'll just throw this together, get another fire pit going, and this will preserve apparently my meals when they're cooked. So and that, oh wow, a tiny little thing in it. Don't know what we're going to need to. I'm trying to think. I've got sticks. We're going to need grass and some wood. Three. I believe it's 16. I can never remember. Freak of the fog effect, though. Not quite sure they've nailed it, but oh, we can put more in. Is there anything else do I really want to run that for a whole hoofer? Good question. Let me just go and have a look at what other clay options we've got, because I don't want to make more bowls because we've got plenty of those. So yeah, be back in a sec. Oh, I made some crucibles. I think I'm going to need, whilst I won't need them now, I will almost certainly need them at some point in the future. So that sticks. Now, I reckon you could use peat. Let me just try that. Peat over wood. Because again, this is just taking up space in this, in my house, and if I can use it instead of wood, then it doesn't really matter what difference it makes to the speed, because we're going to head out as soon as this fog and the night's gone. But wow, just a little bit of that. Off you go. Okay, well, that's the thing. Let's put some of this bit away, and I'll be back again. Well, I'll be back in the morning, I think, once all of this is done. Right, important note. It turns out that fly agaric as a garnish is not actually a good idea. I mean, it should have been obvious, really, but there must be a way you can cook that up. I refuse to believe that it's there and it doesn't have a use as a mushroom. I'm fairly certain in reality you can cook those up. So yeah, it would seem to be fairly obvious to me that it should be a thing that's in here as well, but yeah, well. White currants, lovely. Don't mind if I do. What are you? Black currants are empty. All empties. We can have these black currants, so we'll kind of make sure before we head out, we'll just make sure we've got a reasonable supply of stuff to tide us over. I have got a single bowl of my toxic stew. Well, I suppose that's how our ancestors learned in the in their own way, didn't they? These are not ready yet. That's fine. Those are ready, but I'm going to give them a chance to stay there, and we're going to head up to this. First off, we're going to head out past the trader to this copper deposit that we found in the north, and then we're going to over and explore. And I've got a spare straw bed as well, so we are, should we need to, we can dig in and sleep over, providing we've got sufficient food to, you know, sustain that, because we're going to feel quite foolish if we starve ourselves to death out there. But there's plenty of other ways to die in this game, as we've already envisaged. You know, if it's not wolves, it's temporal storms, and you name it, it's probably going to try and kill us at some point. Even that goat's going to try and kill us at some point. I just have a feeling deep down in the pit of my stomach. But let's go out there. We're looking for copper. That's our primary requirement. We will stop and pick up any sticks we find, or any, and also obviously any food. Try to keep on top of that. Lily of the Valley. I don't think I've seen one of those out here before. Now I know the copper's that way, so but we do need to keep our eyes peeled for anything useful, hostile, or the above. But I think we're going to have to go with a little bit more of an explore and a dig around. This ruin, for example, has almost certainly got a pot in it somewhere. I'm going to go hunting for that yet, because I just saw something. Oh, there we go. Now this copper here is indicative that there should be some copper down here. So now all I need to do is find it. Should probably brought a shovel, but you know, since when have we let sensible things like that work? Yeah, nothing down here immediately. I'm just going to continue tunneling around in here a bit, see whether I can't find this copper. It's got to be around here somewhere, and I mean, I can't imagine, well, I mean, I can imagine that we have to dig further deep into the stone for it. Maybe I was just very lucky with that particular excavation where I found the copper so quickly. I think we're going to have to pull out the pick. I don't believe it's got to be around here somewhere. It's got to be relatively easy to find, surely. So far, proving elusive. You'll have to let me know in the comments, should it be easy to find, or should it be something that we have to dig around a wee bit for? Because the prospecting pick doesn't help us with this. It merely finds depots apparently, so either I'm missing a trick here, because this pick doesn't last forever. And yet, thanks for that growing plant thing. And yet we're none the wiser as to where this copper is. Now I could obviously pick up these little bits of copper, but I'm tempted to leave them while we have a little explore further. Hello. Growing flax in 8 of 9. I'm going to get rid of some of this. I'll keep the soil. Do I? Will you give me anything? Nothing. Okay. It was worth a try. Right. Hunting around, and we'll continue on exploring a wee bit, I think. I'll be back in a mo. Ahaha! Right, I found another copper deposit here on the map. So we came from there. We're currently here. I'm not going to mark it because I'm going to mine it. But what I did is I dug down, cleared out a whole bunch of ground, couldn't see anything. So I then came down here and basically dug out a poke hole, and there it is. So presumably it could be a few blocks down, which is useful to know, because obviously we don't want to be wasting any of this, but we need a lot of it. So I want to grab all of the copper from here, and then we can move on and try and find. We'll also, once we've grabbed all the copper from down here, grab all of the nuggets from the surface as well, of course. But yeah, so that's going to be my job for a while. I'm waiting for my health to get back up a little bit before I eat my toxic dinner. And obviously I've been out harvesting everything I can just to keep on top of that. So that's a thing. But hopefully we've certainly got enough copper now to make another pick when this one breaks, which of course is probably the key. I should also, I think, no, I shouldn't do that, not until I should also place a torch and then plug myself in for now while I just dig this lot out. Of course, the last thing I want is for it to get night time and me to suddenly, a massive deposit by the looks of it, wander out in the middle of a bunch of death sloths. Anyway, got a wee bit of digging to do, so I'll be back once I've done that. Alright, got that batch. It wasn't massive, but certainly wasn't as big as the previous one. These are still fresh enough that they're stacking, which is good news. And I picked up the nuggets from around the area as well. So next thing, I'm going to continue. Basically, I think I'm going to scout out the edge of this lake here and maybe into those hills a little bit, although hello native copper bits, or maybe not. Let's see what we get this time. So, well, this was this was one of those nice ones. So this is straight in and dig. Okay, well, I'm definitely changing my copper fortunes around today, so I'm going to carry on again and I'll be back with you. Alright, I actually found a little bit of lead ore down there as well, so that was a bonus. I'm not sure whether that's a difficult one to find. What I really could do with is working out how you make bronze. Not because I think I'm anywhere close to making bronze, but because after copper, that will be the next thing. And obviously, I really am terrified there's going to be a wolf or something around here. How am I doing for copper now? Anyway, medium. Wow, that's good. I think That's some good copper. Alright, and then we've got the little nuggets as well that we've found. But I am a little bit nervous about the level of overgrowth around here, that I can't really see what's coming. I'm hugging the shoreline on the basis that if I do get wolfed, that's the way I'm describing it, to be wolfed. Nice, Pete. Not that I want it right now, but yeah, to be wolfed is definitely a thing that I don't want to happen. But it's nice to get out, nice to have a little look around, albeit terrifying at the same time. I'm also concerned my pick is really hammered now, so I am going to have to make sure that whatever I do, we're going to have to ensure that we always have enough to make another pick. So that might be something I want to do, is to get another pick head cast ready. Because as long as I've got a pick, I've always got the means to create more things. Where am I now anyway? I'm here. My house is there. I wonder, times are ticking. Do I want to head back? And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to head back and go back to that little, that first one we tried, and see if I can't locate the copper in there. Because if I can, that's one job less, isn't it? One thing that I figure is going to be quite difficult is keeping track of where I've already mined it out, which is why I'm taking the nuggets after the fact. It occurs to me that, you know, if I leave them, they're just going to give me a false positive. And I'm going to think there's stuff there that isn't there, if that makes sense. Makes sense in my head. Anyway, going to head back up to that copper, and we'll see what we can find there. So I'll be back in a mo. Alright, I got back here. This area, oops, yeah. I've, as you can tell by my health bar, I've had my breakfast. I'm not wasting it. Food is too precious to throw away just because I made a mistake. However, I can hear a wolf in the area somewhere, so I'm going to have to exercise a degree of caution, or at least a degree of run like hell. But that is a sizable amount of copper. I also found another lead deposit, which I didn't mine, because I'm not actually sure what good lead is. That's the first. Oops. Is that a raccoon? One of nature's little robbers. Don't want you to come anywhere near my house. Apparently, yeah, there you are. Apparently those guys will have your berry bushes. Well, not the bushes, the berries. Right, if I go back around this side of the... So I didn't see, I mean, there's no guaranteeing the wolf hasn't moved, or the wolves haven't moved somewhat. But if we go this way, then at least we know they weren't here a day ago. Really should... those don't look that... Compared to the big clay vessels that I've made, they really don't seem that good, considering things. But of course, that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming to get an anvil. From an anvil, we will be able to get a hoofer. What's in my jig? A saw, and with a saw we will be able to make more stuff. Presumably with an anvil we'll be able to make more stuff as well. So that's all good. So that was my foot. You know when you can hear the footprints and they don't seem to be quite in sync? That was one of those moments where I felt something was following me. Look at that mist. I'm going to take another. I've already got a screenshot with the mist, but with that mist on the horizon, it is such an amazing render. Got to say, this is a beautiful game. Considering its heritage, I mean, these are growing really well as well. In fact, they've grown. Damn it. Of course, yeah. Of course, that's the thing, isn't it? Because I haven't got any inventory spots. Let me go and sort that, shall we? I'm not entirely sure how long I've been recording for either, so I am going to just drop those in there temporarily. I don't think I've got much else to worry about. That was full. Let me just find somewhere to drop off. We'll drop off the Galana for there. We'll drop off that there. That should kind of see me in a position to at least try and replant those. Again, the turnips. Yeah, that's not quite it, but this. Yeah, okay. Fine, be like that. And again, I know about all of that weird little stuff going on. Let's just check my other crops before I move on. I'll sort myself out and I'll be back. And I'll also check how long I've been recording. Alright, I've not checked how long I've been recording, but we'll just do this anyway. And I'm fairly certain if I were to come over and check my files up to now, I'm at 47 minutes. Yes, I'm well over. Right, we need to crush that lot. So that is 20 pieces smelt into, so that's 128 there. That's another 100 and odd. Right, that's all we got out of that trip. I say all we got out of that trip. That makes it sound really, really tight. But let's have a look. So 20 pieces smells into 1 copper ingot, and I need. So let me just work this one out. So 100, you take 8 out of that. Is 6. That's right, yeah. Plus that's 7. That's 8. So take it to 60. That's 9 ingots. Now if I want to do 180 4 ways, this is where I show my ignorance, it's 45, isn't it? So I put 15 into there, and then we take you, split you into there, 30 and 30, split 30 off into there, split that off over to there, that goes off over to there, and that is enough to make 900 units of copper, which is enough for a copper anvil. And then I want to take 20 units of copper in another one of these, and I want to split that 5 ways to make a new pick head. And that's what we're going to be doing next episode, and that gives us a sizable reserve of copper, actually. Way more than I thought I got. which I suppose is not a bad place to be in life, having too much of a thing. But on that note, I think we're going to call this episode an episode. We'll get those melted. I may actually get them melted up for next episode, and then we'll get the stuff done. That kind of leads us on to then we're thinking about, do we need to build a smithy and start looking at other building materials for this area? Because there are other things we can do. The food situation seems to be largely under control, providing I don't keep poisoning myself. Which reminds me, if I haven't got it, I can't eat it. Anyway, on that note, thanks very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.